Hey guys, what's up? Pixels here. In today's video, we are doing a weapon tier list on Evil Dead the game. Now, I'm just going to do melee weapons for this one, then we're going to do a range one in a separate video as well. But first off, we're just going to start off with the melee weapons now. Melee combat's very important in this game. I think it's like probably the main type of form of combat. Obviously, range is good too, but obviously, you know, I'm trying to do in this video to give people sort of a basis of what weapons they should look out for and what they should be picking up in regards to playing the game, because some of them are like really useless compared to the other ones. And yeah, so I'm just basically going to give you guys my tier list and what I think is the best weapons in the game. So obviously the first one, we have the chainsaw, and not just because it's ash or whatever. I'm putting the chainsaw on S tier. Now, even a common chainsaw does quite a lot of damage, which is great. It's actually got quite fast attack speed as well on some characters. Like, you know, if you use it on Army of Darkness Ash, he actually has a really good fast attack speed on it. Unfortunately, you can't pick it up with every character in the game, but in terms of usage and, you know, doing dismemberment damage and somewhat little bit of balance bar damage, this thing actually, you know, does a lot of DPS on each enemy. So of course, I'm going to put the chainsaw on S tier for me. The hand axe, I think I'm going to put down in C tier. It doesn't do a great deal of damage unless you get a legendary one, but we're not really going to be judging this on the basis of the legendaries or, like, you know, the more rarer types of these weapons. It's more so just the common ones. So I very rarely pick up a common hand axe because it just doesn't really do the damage for my liking. The hunting knife, I used to actually hate this in the beta. It used to be terrible. I'm actually going to put it in B tier just because I like the attack speed on it and how fast you can use it, especially using characters like Evil Dead 1 Ash with this weapon's really good for his like heavy attack healing, which I think is really awesome. But yeah, I've been using it on Pablo and stuff as well, and I've actually been really enjoying using this. Even a basic one can do quite a lot of DPS, so I do like how fast the attack speed is. This improvised spear, I kind of want to put it in D tier, honestly. The spear is not great whatsoever. Yeah, I'm going to put it in D tier, if I'm being honest, because this is one weapon I will pretty much never pick up. Even a legendary one is garbage. Like, it only has 4.5 range, which in my opinion is really terrible, considering it has lower range than a Lumberjack Axe. Considering it being a spear, you'd think it'd have a lot higher range. And the damage output is just terrible on this thing, and it attacks pretty slowly as well. So, yeah, I mean, it does have some good executions with it as well. But again, I'm going to put that in D tier. For me, it's just not one of the weapons that I choose to pick up at all. The next one is the Lumberjack Axe. In my opinion, it's probably the best melee weapon in the game, so I'm going to put that straight into S tier because, you know, it has like the highest range on it. It has the highest damage on it. It actually has really good dismemberment damage as well. Especially if you use Scotty, who's obviously has the weapon mastery for the Lumberjack Axe. But yeah, the Lumberjack Axe is crazy. Anyone that I'm playing on the game, like the perfect combination is always for me is like the boomstick and the Lumberjack Axe. You know, it's even better than the chainsaw, but you know, most of the time if I'm playing Ash, I will use the chainsaw, unless I find like a purple Lumberjack Axe, in which case I will swap to that. But yeah, having the Lumberjack Axe, even having like, you know, comboing with the light attacks and the heavy melee attacks is really great as well. You can do quite fast heavy melee attacks with this if you do combo it correctly with the quick melee attacks. So that's why I like this. It does quite a radius of damage as well. Once it's like, you know, if you got loads of mob enemies around you, using this is actually really good as well. So I'm going to put that in S tier. I think that's where it belongs. The machete, it's not an actual bad weapon. It does quite a lot of dismemberment damage as well. You know, it's kind of just like a middle ground weapon. You know, it's something that you should pick up at the start of the game, probably, if you can't find anything better at the start. So yeah, the machete, like I said, it's just a middle ground weapon. I think it is decent. Even a legendary machete can be pretty useful as well. But in terms of damage and stuff, I think I'd rather have a legendary hunting knife than I would with the machete, to be honest. The next thing is the meat cleaver, and even the legendary meat cleaver is garbage, so that's going straight into D tier. This thing just doesn't do anything, it feels like. You know, I've used it on a lot of characters, and again, it's one of those weapons that I just barely ever pick up, if I'm honest, because, you know, usually I'll find a machete or, you know, even a hunting knife to you know, to start the game off with. So the meat hammer, I'm going to put in C tier. It's only really good on Kelly. Generally, it does have some good balance bar damage, but again, I just don't think it's necessarily a great weapon. So It's quite sad to see that we have like 4 weapons in the melee section that is literally in C and D tier on this game. You know, these are the weapons that I just rarely pick up, and I really don't have much use or get much use out of them when I do pick them up. You know, the legendary ones are obviously the exception. You know, the legendary meat hammer can actually be really good, but other than the like the purple, blue, and common, to me are just not great at all. The next one is the nailed bat. So the nailed bat, the spiked bat, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to put that in A tier. I think it's a really good weapon, especially starting the game off as well. It's one of them common weapons that you do find around the map quite a lot. It does decent damage, it does decent balance bar damage, and can help you get the finishes pretty easily as well. So I'm going to put that in A tier. I think that's where it belongs. The next one is the pickaxe. The pickaxe is pretty decent as well. It has good attack speed, which I like, so I'm going to put that in A tier. People are probably thinking, why are you putting the pickaxe in A tier? Honestly, I think it's a really good melee weapon to use in the game, and has some great finishes with it as well. And not only that, it just has like that really good attack speed that I do like. Like I said, it goes a lot better than using the meat hammer and the hand axe. You know, it does have a little bit more damage than them. But yeah, apparently the pickaxe sort of has the similar stats to the hand axe, but honestly, I think the pickaxe is a lot better to use. The next one that I'm going to go for is the sledgehammer. The sledgehammer, it's not great, if I'm honest. The attack speed is a bit too slow for me. You know, it only has the 1 attack speed, but even using the lumberjack axe, it feels a bit quicker. But the lumberjack axe is a lot more powerful than the sledgehammer. But yeah, the sledgehammer is going to go A tier for me. Again, it's a decent weapon. It's one of those, again, it's probably something that you'll pick up at the start of the game, and you'll be like, okay, I'm going to use this until I find a better melee weapon, you know. And last but not least is the sword. The sword's a difficult one because it does really good damage, but I think it's just slightly lower than the lumberjack axe, so I'm going to put that in S tier as well. But yeah, I think this is a really good tier list that I could probably choose out of all the melee weapons right now. Unfortunately, we don't have quite a lot of weapons in the game. Coming on here, I was looking at the icons, and I was like, is that all the melee weapons that we have to choose from? It's pretty bleak right now with selection, but I know they're adding Mason to the game, which I think will be really awesome to use. But yeah, the sword for me belongs in S tier. The chainsaw, lumberjack axe, and the sword are just amazing weapons to be picking up all the time. And like I said, you know, the hunting knife really grew on me a little bit more when I've been using it in the last few days. But yeah, these 4 down here are just the ones that I just rarely pick up because they just don't feel as useful, you know. Guys, this has been my weapon tier list, or melee weapon tier list for Evil Dead the game. I will be doing a range one as well. I'm going to do that in a separate video. But yeah, I think you know, I think a lot of people's tier lists will look sort of similar to mine. You know, when you're starting out in the game, you don't know what weapons to use, and sometimes you will find like, you know, purple meat hammers. If you've got like a common lumberjack axe, the common lumberjack axe will literally tank all these other, you know, better rarity weapons that's there. If you actually look at the stats, most of them will have red arrows pointing down when you're holding a common lumberjack axe. That's how good that weapon is. And honestly, I hope they keep the lumberjack axe the way it is. It's a bit weird for me. Like I said, it is the biggest range weapon in the game. Like, how does it have more range than an improvised spear? I have absolutely no idea. But like I said, the lumberjack axe is amazing. It's definitely one of the weapons that people need to be picking up a lot more. Because like I said, I see people picking up these obviously legendary, you know, legendary spears, legendary meat cleavers and stuff, when the common lumberjack axe would probably do a lot more damage for you than using those. But yeah, like I said, it has better balance bar damage, good dismemberment damage. It's just amazing. So yeah, this is my tier list for the melee weapons on Evil Dead the game. I hope you enjoy it. Leave me a comment down below and let me know what you guys think of the tier list. Let me know what your tier list would look like for Evil Dead as well. What's your favorite weapon to use right now? And like I said, I'm going to do a range weapon tier list after this as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, leave me a comment as well, leave me a sub if you're new to the channel. I do a lot of Evil Dead content as well, loads of build videos and stuff. I stream the game Monday to Thursday. You can check me out on this channel. You don't have to go anywhere else for my streams. And thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Pixels, you're my awesome viewers. I'll catch you guys in the next one.